Recording is on.
Right, right, right. Okay, so let us see the application of Reynolds transport theorem, okay, in context to conservation of linear and angular momentum. So let us start with the problem for a linear momentum. So, so if you see here, the problem is given as that a vane with a turning angle theta. So this is basically a vane, okay, or you can see, you can guess this thing as, let's say, a circular pipe of very small diameter, right? So, or it could be a vane as well. So vane means simply, let's say, if you have this kind of curved surface, right? So this is also possible. So a vane with a turning angle theta. So this vane, it is basically making an angle theta with the horizontal axis. Is attached to a cart which is moving with a uniform velocity vc. So this vane, it is basically glued to this cart, right? It is mounted on this cart, and this cart, it is having a velocity of vc, right? Now, very important, the cart is moving on a frictionless track, right? So this cart, it is moving on a frictionless track. So I will tell you why is it so, that why you have considered that it is moving on a frictionless track, right? Now, the vane receives a jet of water which leaves a stationary nozzle horizontally with a velocity v, right? So there is a nozzle basically, you see this, there is a nozzle. Now, a water jet, it is leaving through this nozzle and then passing through this vane, right? So at the time of leaving this nozzle, the water jet, it is having a velocity v, right? So this water jet is having a velocity v, very important. Now, determine the resultant force exerted by water jet on the car. So what we have to find out? So definitely when this water jet, right, it is going to enter or come into contact with this vein, right? So as soon as it passes through this vein, what will happen? The cart, it will exert a force on this cart, right? Or the cart will experience certain amount of force when this water jet, it strikes this vein, right? So basically he is asking to calculate the resultant force exerted by water jet on the card. Now, very important thing, assume water flow to be invisible. This is very important. Most of the time, you will consider that the water flow, or let's say the flow of fluid, is invisible. So for the application of these equations, right? Now, let us talk something about, first of all, what is the reason, what is the reason that this water jet, it is exerting a certain force on the card. So first of all, let us try to figure out that reason. So let us say, if I make this whole vein horizontal, let us say, if I make this whole vein horizontal, right, then do you think that okay, this cart will experience any force?
No, sir.
Right? So why won't it experience any force if I will make this this thing as horizontal? See, so force is basically, if you see, it is what? Rate of change of momentum. So let us say if I consider 2 points, 1 point here, 1 point here, right? And if I try to find out the momentum at this point and the momentum at this point, so will the momentum is going to remain the same at these 2 points? So what do you
No.
think? Definitely the momentum is going to change. And why it is going to change? Can anyone guess? Very easy. What is momentum? Mass into velocity. So mass is not changing. Definitely the mass of the fluid which is entering, okay, this vein, right? So it is having, let's say, constant circular area, cross sectional area. So the mass flow rate, that is almost going to remain the same. So what is changing here?
Velocity.
Definitely. So is the velocity changing in magnitude or direction? So let us see this. Let us then go through this problem and then try to understand. So first of all, let us apply the RTT theorem for conservation of linear momentum. So the Reynolds transfer theorem for conservation of linear momentum, it simply states that the rate of change of momentum d by dt of m vr vector. So I am coming to this, why I have written down vr vector, right, is equal to delta by delta t, right? Then triple integration rho v vector dv. So you know that here the property n is what? M v vector. So your eta is equal to v vector. And if you put this, if you remember our Reynolds transport theorem, then you will get this relation, right? So it will be now rho, sorry. So delta by delta t, then integration over the control volume, then rho vr vector dv plus, oh my God, again. So plus double integration or integration over the control surface, right? Then again rho vr vector dot n vector dA, okay, or n cap or n vector dA, right? So if you remember, this was the Reynolds transport theorem for conservation of linear momentum, right? Now let us see this. Let us see this. If you go to the original equation, there basically I use this thing v vector, but here I am replacing this v vector with vr vector, right? So let us come to this. While solving this problem, first of all we have to assume a control volume. So how I'm going to assume the control volume? I will try to look into our area of interest. So our area of interest is this one, the water, because here see here the water is entering into this let's say into this pipe at this particular point, right, and leaving this pipe or vein at this particular point. So I will try to enclose this vein within the control volume, right, because here the something is happening, something is going on with the fluid into this zone, right? The fluid is entering this zone, the fluid is leaving this zone. And if I take, let's say here the entire this thing, then there is no point. So I will just consider where there are some fluid phenomena, the fluid flow is going on, right? So now if I take this control volume, so this is my control volume, which is going to enclose the vein. Very important. So first of all, if you remember, this control volume is moving. This control volume is moving. Very important things I'm going to mention. Okay, so please note down these things, very important. So this control volume is moving, right? Why? Because if you see this vein, it is attached to this cart, and if this cart is moving, then this control volume, it should also move, right? But very important thing, even if this control volume is moving, it is inertial control volume. Inertial control volume is non-accelerating control volume. That means the control volume, it is moving with a constant velocity, right? So for such cases, generally we try to analyze this whole thing with respect to a fixed frame of reference. So that fixed frame of reference is called as inertial frame of reference. So again, what do you word mean by the word inertial? Inertial means that means there is no acceleration in that particular frame of reference. So let's say if I choose a separate frame of reference here, right? So which I attach to this control volume, right? So both, remember, although this control volume is moving, but still it is move, since it is moving with a constant velocity, that is there is no acceleration into this control volume. So we will call this frame of reference, that is the xy frame of reference, and XY frame of reference, both capital XY and small xy frame of reference as inertial frame of reference, or you can say they are inertial in nature, right? So now, uh, if you have such situations, then what actually we do, this is very important, then actually we replace this v vector, very important, we replace this v vector simply by vr vector, always remember, right? So what is this vr vector? Vr vector is the velocity of control volume relative to the inertial or the fixed frame of reference. That means